I probably should caveat every one, virtually every one of my videos with the phrase, for what it's worth. For what it's worth. Good morning, everybody. It is, of course, me, Mitch. I'm in a different location this morning. This is a place I don't believe I've ever brought you before. This is kind of one of the entertainment areas in the community that I live in, an area that I very rarely ever visit anymore. It's early Sunday morning, so it's deserted now, but it's usually replete with unhealthy, overweight people, stuffing their faces constantly, eating and drinking as if there were no tomorrow. But somehow, early in the morning, before they all get here, this place is beautiful. It's beautiful and I enjoy it. Let me show you. This is the bocce ball courts and shuffleboard courts, a beautiful covered gazebo on this nice lakefront, big beautiful sea grapes and palm trees, a very, very professionally built miniature golf course in a Key West theme. In fact, right over there we have our version of the southernmost point in the United States. And we have a signpost here. And let's see where this signpost actually leads us. It leads us to all these Caribbean destinations. Very cool. We have a bar. Everywhere there's a bar. So that people can have parties here and serve their poisonous junk food. We, of course, have golf clubs. And if I played here, I'd probably know where they hid the golf balls, but that's just not something that I do. I want to talk to you today about the phrase, for what it's worth. For what it's worth. Because in thinking about it and considering what I do here, I probably should caveat every one, virtually every one of my videos with the phrase, for what it's worth. For what it's worth. When I think of that phrase, it takes me way back to a different era in our lives of turmoil. When a young musician and band, Buffalo Springfield, and the musician whose name was Stephen Stills, wrote a song called For What It's Worth. And most people, when they hear the name of that song, don't make the connection between the song that everybody knows and has heard and the title of the song, For What It's Worth. There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I've got to beware. Hey children, stop. What's that? Well, you know the song. You know the song. And you can hear the melody. It's called For What It's Worth. I think everything we say should be prefaced by the phrase, I'm going to tell you something, and for what it's worth, because what we say and what we do are worth so many different things to so many different people, because everybody, after all, is divided. Everybody's divided. Everybody has their opinion, and we seem to be divided right down the middle. When I read all the comments, I think about that. I think about that saying, for what it's worth. What is it worth? Some of my viewers have written me comments saying, Mitch, I tried and failed for years and years. And when I listened to your advice, I've succeeded. You've saved my life. Okay, I love those comments, and it makes me proud. Whether I can take responsibility for saving somebody's life or not is a subjective thing. Other people write, Mitch, you need to stop doing what you're doing and saying what you're saying. You're the most dangerous man on the planet. You're probably responsible for killing more people than some dictators. Everybody knows that recommending a diet of all meat and fat and cutting out all the healthy foods like fruits and vegetables and whole grains, everybody knows that that's a dangerous diet. They can't both be right. Either I'm saving people's lives or I'm a villain. And that's for us to determine on an individual basis. And if you believe one way or the other, far be it for me to change your mind. I don't want to change your mind. I want you to do exactly what you think is best for you. Do not take my advice if you don't think it has merit. And then, when you suffer the consequences, don't blame me. I like to be thanked. But realistically, I have no stake in your health or your well-being. So from here on out, tell you what you do. Every one of my videos, in every one of my titles on every one of my videos, and prefacing every sentence of advice that I give, just insert the words, for what it's worth. And let me off the hook of being responsible for any bad things that happen to you. And I guess I'll have to abdicate some of the responsibility for the good things. Now, don't get me wrong. If you follow the same path that I followed and listen to what I tell you about what I did and what happened to me, and you can duplicate those results for yourself, that warms my heart, makes me happy. And I'm going to continue to do that. But never forget this phrase, for what it's worth. So, to Stephen Stills, who went on to join Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, to Graham Nash, to the Buffalo Springfield for that song, which still to this day is one of my favorites. Y'all can take the rest of the day off and eat meat.
It's time to stop.